Good evening, lovely spirits. I greet in the sign of the rising sun. It's the wise servant of the life, Mr. Solace, Pasampaset, peace and wisdom. Now, that image that I just showed you guys is an image of an egg cell after conception, meaning after a sperm cell goes inside. So, that's the sperm cell, and that's after. Now, this image is very important because this video I want to do for you guys is called The Great Mystery Babylon, the Mother of Harlots. And this is written in Revelations chapter 13, verse 5. And it's a very deep thing I want you to grasp. If you were wondering, who is the mother of harlots? I want to show you with the imagery so you grasp. Now, if you go to Revelations chapter 17, verse 4, it says, "The woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls, having in her hand a golden cup full of her fornication." What is the fornication? The sperm cell going into the egg cell. And this is the sign of that fornication, the golden cup in her hand. So it's a deep thing. In her hand, a golden cup full of abominations and the filthiness of her fornication. So it's a very deep thing y'all have to grasp when you're dealing with Revelations. The woman who rides on the beast. So if you go to chapter 3, which is right above it, it says, "So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness." The wilderness is the uterus. "And I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast." This is the woman. The scarlet beast is the uterus. We have images of the uterus as the Baphomet in today times. So this is why the Baphomet looks like that, because the uterus was viewed as the beast. And this was the woman that rode on the beast. "So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. And I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast, which was full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns." Speaking of the uterus. Then in the next verse it says, "The woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls." All of these things are within the body. You have gold, precious stones, all of these things within your body. Even sometimes doctors have to remove them. They're called kidney stones. So it's a deep thing you have to grasp. But when it says, "and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls," the egg is the body, the sperm is the spirit. So you have to grasp. And it says, "having in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and the filthiness of her fornication." So y'all have to grasp. I did a video breaking down Revelations recently, and I couldn't find the image of that when I got to that part. So I just wanted to make sure that I showed you guys so you can fully grasp, The Bible is basically explaining how the vagina is hell, and the egg cell is the bottomless pit, and the sperm cell that gets the egg is the angel that holds the keys to the bottomless pit. So this is an image of the vagina, and this is an image of a place on earth that they say is the real hell, or the real entrance to hell. So this is a new image of some place on earth. I forgot what it's called. But this is a real place on earth, and they say this is the entrance to real hell. And this is a woman's vagina. And that's the entrance to hell as well. So it's a deep thing when you see images like this of fallen angels. It's speaking about, sperm cells in vaginas, the ones that didn't have the keys to the bottomless pit. So they was kind of fucked. They were sitting on a mountain looking bad. And it's a deep thing. This is Dante's Inferno of hell. I may have it upside down, I'm not even sure. But this is Dante's Inferno of hell at the bottom. And vaginas start out small and then they open up. And the one above is the 4 baboons in ancient Chem that guard the lake of fire. So it's a deep thing. The 4 baboons is the uterus, and the lake of fire is the egg cell. And all these different images and different things are just explaining that. Revelations is trying to explain birth. The correlations between birth and hell. Because we tend to not grasp. When I say we are in hell, we don't grasp. This is why the Bible starts out. In the beginning it was dark and void, and the Spirit of God hovered over the deep. It is talking about spirits in hell. The bottomless deep. The bottomless pit. God is one of the... Y'all don't grasp. It's a deep thing because y'all have the perception from the religion, which tells you God and devil. And the religion tells you that this has nothing to do with yourself. But, just be good on earth and obey the kings and laws of the land. And when you die, So the religion puts that perspective on you when it clouds what the actual book is saying. So the book isn't saying like, oh, there's a God in heaven. And the book is just explaining how spirits fall into hell. Meaning us, people being born. It's explaining that. And every level of it though. From micro all the way to stars above. Because the life is within the life. So the sperm is the spirit. Worlds are bodies. So you have to grasp. Hell is a woman's body. And the egg cell is the bottomless pit. Or that is the bottom of the goddamn bottomless pit. And the uterus is the bottomless pit. Or hell. However you want to view it. But it's a deep thing. And this is important because we're all born. You were born. So it's explaining to you that you're a fallen spirit in hell. That's what it's saying. So when I say we are all in hell, and I know people get lost, they like, oh, he making this up. I'm just telling you what the books say. If you go to Hinduism and you're a Hindu, Samsara, Naraka, that's saying the same thing. The god Yama. So you have to grasp. He's judging who goes to hell and heaven. So it's a deep thing you have to grasp. It's talking about being born. It's no different. Yeah, that's why it says, Yama will send you to heaven or hell, meaning back up to the throne of God or into hell, the womb of a woman. And you'll be in either heaven or hell for a time, and then you'll eventually be pushed back out into samsara, which is physical life, meaning being born. So it's a deep thing. Whatever you believe in, that's what it's saying. So you just have to grasp. If you every culture and civilization in time has their word or explanation for this existence we live in. And it's hell. Death. That's what they refer to it as. Now, like I said, they all had their own words, own language. But, death. That was the point. So if you go to ancient Kemetic and they're breaking down like Set and, He's the God of death, and is speaking of the womb and the uterus and sperm cells getting eggs. This is death, because once a baby's born, or once you're born, well, you know what's going to happen, you know? Once a baby's born, you know it's going to die. It's inevitable. So hell is death, and birth is death. Grasp. You have to grasp. It's a horrible thing, but it's not a hopeless thing. It's a deep thing. It's a matter of being lost. So I don't want people to feel hopeless and say, "Oh, we in hell." Well, you condemn to hell, but it's almost like a choice thing, an ignorance thing, a lost thing, and this is why it's deep. Somebody asked me. They said, "Man, you gonna have any more kids, Solace?" And with the wisdom and understanding that I got now, it's like you got kids already born into this life that don't even have what they need. So it's better I tend to those than have more. You see what I'm saying? We tend to want to have more kids, forgetting that there's already kids out here that don't have no parents. So for all you lovely people out here that's like, I want to have a kid and you don't have one, shit, get to tending to the ones that don't have parents, cause get them right before you have your own kid, cause they gonna kill your kid. It's deep. We don't grasp how life go. The selfish nature that we have. We ignore all the orphan kids and say fuck them and have our own kids, and those be the kids that influence our kids. Those be the kids that kill our kids, and you should attend to those kids before it's a deep thing. We tend to look at things that ain't my problem. Everything's everybody's problem because we all in the same place. So it's a deep thing you gotta grasp. You see other kids and you like, man, that kid lost, but it ain't my problem. But in a sense, it is your problem because he may afflict your kid or someone else's kid. It's deep. A ringing sound. I don't know if y'all can even hear it, but there's a light. It's deep, man. It's deep. But damn, that sound just interfered with my thoughts. But it's deep. The kids that don't have, it's best we tend to them. Don't forget about them, We got to start keeping up with things. It's a deep thing. They kind of, I put it to you in this way. Once the government or the scientists that work for the government, once they understood that sound has vibration, which is energy in it, once they realize that, and once they realize that vibration or sound can change the shape of things. So you figure they have videos on YouTube where there's people putting sound, bass, and they'll set a plate of salt on top of a speaker, and they'll turn the frequency of the volume and the bass up, and the salt starts to form and take shape. So it's a deep thing I want y'all to grasp. When we put those headphones on our heads and we're listening to certain music, it's the same. View your brain like the salt on the plate. And when they turn the vibration up, the salt takes shape and form. And then they change the frequency, making it higher. And it goes into a more complex shape. Same thing's happening with your brain. They realize, oh man, we can control people's thoughts and their brains, locking their thoughts in certain parts of themselves into frequency like the salt. So the salt is free all over the plate, but when you put the vibration on it, it changes the shape and form of the salt. So it's a deep thing you have to grasp. This is like your conscious. So your body vibrates, your conscious, it all vibrates at what it vibrates at, and it's stuck on its frequency. when we listen to these headphones and things, you could just imagine your shit just changing form and shape. So it's deep. They got people on the like the music we listen to, the music that we make. It's this is this is all not a mistake. So you have artists make music. Even some of you guys out there now making music, and you like, man, you kind of pick beats that sound like the beats that are being played today. So no one reaches for Rakim beats from back in the day. Make me a beat that sound like Rakim. But we pull for the beats of the time. Okay, got beats sounding like this in today times. Give me one of those beats. And the beats that we have in today times, these are not mistakes. Everything is how it is. The population tends to just go with things in ignorance. So, these certain songs, and not the songs but the beat, that's the most important thing of the song. The beat, the music. And y'all have that blasting through y'all ears, and it's so deep because that shit, your spirit is like the soul. It's a deep, cold-blooded thing. I can't even get the words to truly explain, how they got people wrapped up. It's all in energy. So, vibration, sound is energy. So, you can, a DJ can, hook his speakers up and, get a copper and an aluminum wire and set it on the speaker and take a light bulb and put it on the two wires. Now the light bulb will probably blow up because it's too much energy. But if he find the right frequency or sound, meaning the right volume, the bulb will light up. It's a deep thing. Vibration is energy. You could light a fucking bulb with vibration. You just gotta find the right amount of power. Too much power will make the light bulb blow. You set a glass on so it's deep. I don't want y'all to get lost and be like, man, that's bullshit. If you set a fucking glass, you see when they sometimes do the dumb shit and they set the frequency of the speakers and it make the glass shatter. Some of y'all DJs, if you old school that scratch, you know how that bass get. You in a house party, you can feel that shit in your chest. You set a glass on top of the speaker, that shit'll start hovering. You feel like you about to hover. So it's deep, Vibration, sound, it does everything. From boil water to levitate to electricity. Meaning energy, lights. So it's a deep thing. And the earth, what do I forgot what culture calls the creation. The first sound of creation is the earth makes that noise. It vibrates on that sound. So it's a deep thing. We can all have free electricity, Just take copper and aluminum wires and just shove them into the ground. And the buzz of the sun. The buzz of the earth. The vibration of it. You get your lights. It's a deep, cold-blooded thing the way they got everything all set up, But it's a cold-blooded thing I want y'all to grasp, man. That was the Revelations breakdown I wanted you guys to truly grasp. And the end of the video, that was a treat. But, everything goes so much deeper. We tend to look at things like the Revelations breakdown. Many will probably say, what does that have to do with anything? You're in existence. It has to do with everything. But when men are lost into material things and material gain, they really can't grasp anything, And they think that's going to make them happy, and they don't understand that you got to start with self. Find peace, happiness, these things within self. Build up love and all these things within self and around self first. And then, you can conquer the world, and you got that good, pure, good, great energy around you, vibrating, wanting you to do great, you wanting to do great. That's beautiful harmony being pushed out into the universe. So usually people like this, whatever they think and want, it will manifest. Meaning, it eventually happens. So the people y'all see famous, not to say they good people, but they just had certain energies around them, all pulling for them to be, what they wanted to be. So it's a deep thing. A lot of us don't have that. A lot of y'all got people around y'all that's like, man, you ain't shit. Fuck you. I hope you fail. And so you just want to remove yourself away from that kind of energy and just, it's a deep thing. But the more people can understand energy and grasp that whole thing, you'll lose your desires for material things, but they will come easily because it's a deep thing how life works. But it's like I said, you got to start with self, and then all that you want will easily manifest itself because now you're in line with you can say the energy that's working. You got energy that's working and energy that's sleep. Call it the balance of the duality. And you don't want that sleep energy around you that's dragging you down. You need that vibrant energy, good positive people around you. And it's just a deep thing, people that got love for you. So it's deep, When a person got a lot of people that love them, they feel like they could conquer the world. A person don't got nobody, they like, man, they feel like they could destroy the world. Fuck everybody. So it's a deep thing we have to grasp. But it's the wise servant. Peace and wisdom.